Welcome to The Explainer. So, today, let's talk about something I think a lot of us really wrestle with that constant push for personal growth versus that deep, quiet need for inner peace. It often feels like we have to choose one over the other. But do we really? Does any of this sound familiar? I mean, this list comes from a post online where someone laid out their ambitions, and wow, it's that feeling, right? You have all this potential, but you feel kind of crushed by the sheer weight of everything you want to do. That tension is real. And that feeling, being pulled in a million different directions, it really brings up a huge question. Is it even possible to be ambitious and be at peace? Or are we stuck choosing between building the life we want and finding the inner calm we desperately need? To even start to answer that, I think we first have to challenge our whole idea of what inner peace actually is. Because, spoiler alert, it's not about escaping to a mountaintop and doing nothing. The reality is way more dynamic than that. So, researchers actually define inner peace as a stable mental foundation. Okay, think of it like a deep, quiet lake. The surface might have ripples, it might reflect stormy clouds passing by, but the lake itself, deep down, stays calm and grounded. It's a peace that can exist even when life gets messy. And this idea really breaks down into three core parts. First, it's about gracefully accepting what you can't change. Second, it's about looking beyond just fleeting pleasures for real fulfillment. And third, it's about keeping a calm inner core through it all. You see, this isn't passive, it's an active, totally engaged way of being. Okay, so with this new definition in our back pocket, we can see that the whole journey to balancing peace and growth, well, it starts with one absolutely non-negotiable step, accepting who you are, right here, right now. This quote from psychologist Robert Holden, man, it just hits the nail on the head. We live in this world where the self-improvement industry is massive, but so much of it is fueled by this sneaky, corrosive idea that we're fundamentally broken and we need to be fixed. And just look at this number. That's how big our collective search for betterment is. We spend billions trying to improve ourselves. But what if real, genuine growth isn't about erasing your flaws? What if it's about something else entirely? So here's the crucial shift in thinking. Self-acceptance is not about giving up on getting better. It's the total opposite. It's about ending the war with yourself. Think about it. When you stop fighting yourself, you free up all that energy so that real, sustainable growth can finally happen. And it comes from a place of strength, not a feeling of being broken. Okay, so let's try a new framework. Instead of seeing peace and growth as enemies in a fight, what if we thought of them as a dance? A dance between two essential partners. One really can't exist without the other. And these two partners are action, that's our outer work, how we show up in the world, and contemplation, which is our inner work, how we engage with ourselves. Now, most of us probably lean a little more towards one, right? But finding that true, balanced growth means we gotta learn to dance with both. And they feed each other in this beautiful cycle. See, through the action of serving others, we actually learn more about ourselves, and then through the self-knowledge we get from contemplation, we become more effective, more authentic in our actions. One without the other is just incomplete. So, how do we actually start this dance in our own lives? This isn't just a bunch of nice ideas. Here's some real, concrete tools and lessons from experts that you can start using, like, today. Okay, think of these 6 lessons as a roadmap, not some rigid checklist. They're ongoing practices that build on each other. You start with self-acceptance as that solid foundation, and then you use tools like mindfulness and gratitude to build a life where your inner peace literally becomes the engine for your growth. So where is all this leading? Well, the psychologist Abraham Maslow gave us a map with his famous hierarchy of needs. He basically argued that after our needs for safety and belonging are met, we start striving for more. The practices we've been talking about, they're the tools that help us climb that pyramid. They help us reach the very peak, which he called self-actualization, that state of realizing your absolute fullest potential. And to make this super real and tangible, here are a few simple practices you can weave into your daily life. Seriously, none of these take a lot of time, but their effect over time can be huge. It's all about building small habits that create that foundation of inner stability so you can reach for your big goals. So the big takeaway is this. Inner peace is not the enemy of your ambition, it's the fuel for it. It's not some destination you get to after all the struggle is over. It's the calm, steady platform you build from so you can do great work without burning out. The whole dance between growth and peace, it just begins with a single choice. So what's one step you'll take today to start your dance?